You know what separates the ones who get walked over from the ones everyone secretly fears? It's not confidence. It's not charisma. It's something darker. Something Machiavelli warned about 500 years ago. And most people still don't get it. See, there's this invisible game happening all around you. Every single day. At school, at work, in your friend group, even in your own family. And the brutal truth: most people are playing it without even knowing the rules. They're out here sharing everything. Their plans, their struggles, their weaknesses. Thinking honesty equals strength. It doesn't. Machiavelli understood something that still makes people uncomfortable today. He said the world isn't fair. People aren't inherently good. And if you want to survive, not just survive, but actually thrive, you need to master the art of concealment. You need to know what to hide. And look, I get it. Maybe you've been burned before. Maybe you trusted someone with your real thoughts, your real ambitions, and they used it against you. Or maybe you're just tired of feeling invisible, tired of watching people less capable than you get ahead, because they know how to play the game better. You see guys who seem to have it figured out. They're respected. People listen when they speak. They don't chase validation, they just have it. And you're sitting there thinking, what do they know that I don't? Well, here's the thing. They know what to hide. So today, we're breaking down Machiavelli's 5 warnings. 5 things you must keep hidden if you want to build real power in your life. Not the fake Instagram kind. The kind that makes people respect you without knowing exactly why. The kind that keeps you 3 steps ahead while everyone else is still figuring out step 1. This isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming smart. Let's get into it. Alright, first rule. Never, and I mean never, reveal your next move before you make it. But here's what most people do. They get excited about an idea, a goal, a plan, and they can't help themselves. They post it. They tell their friends. They announce it at dinner. I'm starting a business. I'm going to get in shape. I'm learning to code. And everyone nods. Everyone says, that's awesome, bro. And then nothing happens. Because here's the psychological trap nobody talks about. When you announce your goals, your brain gets a hit of dopamine. It feels like you already accomplished something. You get the social validation without doing the actual work. Scientists call it social reality. Your mind tricks you into thinking talking about it is the same as doing it. There was a study done in 2009, NYU, where they found that people who kept their goals private were significantly more likely to achieve them than people who announced them. Why? Because silence creates hunger. It creates pressure. There's no escape hatch of external validation to make you feel good before you've earned it. Machiavelli said, "The wise man does in secret what the fool does in public." And he wasn't talking about being sneaky for the sake of it. He was talking about strategic advantage. Think about it like this. Every time you reveal a plan, you're giving people 3 things: ammunition, doubt, and time. Ammunition: if they don't like you, they can sabotage you. Doubt: even well-meaning people will project their fears onto you. Are you sure that'll work? That sounds risky. And time: competitors, haters, jealous friends. They all get a head start to block you. I've seen this play out so many times. Guy announces he's starting a YouTube channel. His friends laugh. Everyone's doing that, man. It's saturated. Now he's got their voices in his head every time he sits down to record. Another guy silently builds for 6 months. Then he drops his first video. It's polished. It's ready. People are shook. Where did this come from? That's the power of silence. You don't owe anyone a preview of your life. You're not a movie trailer. You're the full feature film, and it drops when you're ready. So here's what you do. Next time you have a goal, a move, a plan, write it down. Keep it private. Work in the shadows. Let your results announce you. Because when you show up already winning, people don't question you. They just respect you. And that's when you realize silence isn't weakness. Silence is power in its purest form. Second thing you need to hide: your past failures. Now, hold on. Before you think I'm saying lie about your past, hear me out. We live in this weird era where everyone's obsessed with being real. Sharing your trauma, posting your rock bottom. And look, I'm not saying vulnerability is bad, but there's a difference between strategic vulnerability and bleeding out in public. Here's the brutal truth. People don't respect you more when you expose every wound. They catalog it. They file it away. And when the moment comes, when they need leverage, when they're insecure, when they want to feel better about themselves, they pull it out. Machiavelli wrote, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see but few can feel." Translation: people judge you by what they see on the surface, not by your internal journey, not by your growth, by the image you project right now. Let's say you failed out of college. Path 1, you tell everyone. You wear it like a badge. Yeah, man, I dropped out. I was in a bad place. Now every conversation you have, that's the frame. You're the guy who failed. Path 2, you move forward. You rebuild. You let your current actions define you. 5 years later, someone asks, "Did you go to college?" You say, "I took a different path. Focused on building skills instead." Same truth. Completely different energy. Steve Jobs got fired from Apple, but he didn't walk around introducing himself as the guy who got fired. He came back and crushed it. Elon Musk's companies almost went bankrupt multiple times. You think he opens meetings with, "Hey, remember when I almost lost everything?" No, he controls the narrative, and here's the deeper psychology. When you overshare your failures, you're unconsciously asking for permission to be weak. You're saying, "See, I'm broken, so don't expect too much from me." And people, whether they realize it or not, they'll treat you accordingly. I've watched this happen in real time. 2 guys at the same company. Both struggled early on. One constantly references his rough start. "Man, I barely made it through training." The other never mentions it. Guess who gets promoted? The second guy. Because in everyone's mind, he's always been competent. The first guy, he branded himself as a project. Now here's the strategy. You don't lie. You don't fake a perfect past. You just don't volunteer it. You let your present competence erase the past. And if someone digs, if someone asks directly, you give them the cliff notes. "Yeah, I had some rough patches. Learned a lot. Moved forward. Done. No drama. No sob story." Because here's what Machiavelli really understood. The past only has power if you keep feeding it attention. Starve it. Build something so undeniable in the present that the past becomes irrelevant. Your failures are lessons, not a resume. Keep them in the vault. Third secret, and this one's going to sting a little. Hide your generosity. Or better yet, ration it like it's the most valuable thing you own. Because it is. Wait, what? Aren't we supposed to be good people? Help others, give back. Yeah. But here's the cold reality Machiavelli laid out. Unlimited generosity doesn't make you loved. It makes you expected. It makes you a resource. And resources get used up. Let me paint you a picture. You're the guy in your friend group who always says yes. Need a ride? You got it. Need money? Sure. Need help moving? You're there. At first, people appreciate it. But over time, and this is the twisted part, they start to resent you if you ever stop. Because you trained them to expect it. There's a concept in psychology called hedonic adaptation. Basically, people get used to good things fast. The kindness you showed last week, forgotten. What matters is what you do today. And if you don't do it, you're the bad guy now. Machiavelli said it perfectly. Benefits should be given little by little, so that they may be better enjoyed. Translation: scarcity creates value. Constant availability creates entitlement. Here's two guys. Guy A, always helpful. Drops everything. Lends money. Everyone knows they can count on him. Guy B, helpful, but selective. Sometimes he's busy. Sometimes he says no. Not rudely, just no. Guess who people respect more? Guy B. Why? Because his help feels earned. His time feels valuable. When he shows up, it means something. And here's the part nobody wants to admit. People don't respect what's always available. They respect what's scarce. You think billionaires donate all their money at once? No, they give strategically. Publicly when it benefits them. Privately when it builds loyalty. Never blindly. You ever notice how the richest people in the world are always philanthropists, but they're still billionaires? They've mastered the art of appearing generous without actually sacrificing power. I'm not saying be fake. I'm saying be smart. So here's how you apply this. Next time someone asks for a favor, pause. Ask yourself, is this someone who'd do the same for me? Or am I just an easy target? If it's the second one, practice the art of the strategic no. Man, I'd love to help, but I'm swamped right now. Done. No guilt. No over-explaining. And when you do help, do it on your terms. Not because you're scared of looking bad. Not because you need to be liked. But because you chose to. That shift from obligation to choice, that's where your power lives. Because here's the harsh truth. The world doesn't reward nice guys. It rewards valuable guys. And value isn't about how much you give. It's about how much people believe they can't replace you. Be generous with the right people. Ruthlessly selective with everyone else. Fourth thing you absolutely need to hide. Your emotions, especially the messy ones. Anger, fear, jealousy, insecurity. Keep that locked down. Now look. I'm not saying become a robot. I'm saying understand this. Every time you react emotionally in front of people, you're handing them a map to your weaknesses. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are." He knew that perception is everything. And the moment people see you lose control, the moment they see you flinch, you've given them the upper hand. Think about every powerful person you've ever seen. The ones who command rooms, the ones people are low-key scared of. What do they have in common? Emotional control. They don't explode when insulted. They don't panic when challenged. They just stay composed. And that composure, it's terrifying, because you can't read them. Here's the thing. When someone can't get an emotional reaction out of you, they lose power. Think about arguments. The person who stays calm always wins. Why? Because the person who's yelling, who's visibly upset, they look weak. They look out of control, even if they're right. I remember watching this happen in college. Two guys got into it over something stupid. One guy screaming, face red, veins popping. The other guy, just standing there, slight smile, not saying much. Guess who everyone remembered as weak? The one who couldn't control himself. So here's the deeper strategy. Your emotions are intel. When you reveal them, you're giving people your playbook. They know what triggers you. They know what scares you. They know what you want. And smart people, they'll use that. Ever notice how manipulative people always stay calm? They push your buttons, watch you react, then act like you're the crazy one. Why are you so upset? Classic move. Because they know if they can make you emotional, they control the narrative. But flip the script. What if you didn't react? What if someone insults you and you just pause? Look at them. Maybe even smile a little. That's interesting. And move on. Now they're confused. Now they're off balance. Because you didn't give them what they wanted. This is what Machiavelli meant by mastering the appearance. You can feel whatever you want internally. Be angry, be hurt, be scared, that's human. But externally, you're a stone, unreadable, unshakable. The Stoics figured this out 2,000 years ago. Control what you can control, your reactions. Let go of what you can't, other people's actions. And in that gap, that's where your power grows. Here's how you build this skill. Next time something pisses you off, pause for 5 seconds before responding. 5 seconds, breathe. Let the emotional spike pass. Then respond from logic, not emotion. It feels unnatural at first, but over time, it becomes your superpower. Because here's the truth most people don't realize. Emotional control isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about choosing when and how to express them. It's about not letting other people dictate your internal state. Master your emotions, or they'll master you. And in a world full of people reacting, be the one who responds. And finally, the 5th thing you must hide. Your full potential. Never let people see everything you're capable of, ever. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." And part of being feared, being unpredictable, being underestimated, then striking when no one expects it. Think about it. If people know your ceiling, they know how to contain you. But if they never know what you're fully capable of, you've got infinite leverage. This is why the best chess players don't show their full strategy until the end. Why the best fighters don't reveal their best move in round 1. Why successful people often downplay their skills until it's time to execute. So stay hungry. Stay humble in public. Let people underestimate you. Let them think you're just another guy. Then, when it matters, when the stakes are real, you unleash everything, because the world respects results, not potential. So keep yours hidden until it's undeniable. So there it is. Machiavelli's 5 warnings. 5 things you must keep hidden if you want to build real power in a world that's rigged against the naive. Hide your next move. Hide your past failures. Hide your generosity. Hide your emotions. Hide your full potential. This isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming smart. It's about protecting yourself in a game most people don't even know they're playing. The world doesn't reward the honest. It rewards the strategic. So ask yourself, are you playing to be liked? Or are you playing to win? If this hit different, subscribe. More dark psychology, strategy, and real talk coming soon. Stay dangerous.